Hey, greetings everyone! You're watching Beyond 7, a channel I created for curious minds. In 2018, I discovered The Wonders, a collective consciousness channeled by this gentleman. His name is Rene Godet, and he does this with the help of his wife, Maggie. And I've enjoyed their teachings and his sharings with us, and this is what I want to share in this video. There are more videos with the wonders on this playlist. I intend to keep them very short. This is the first video of the 6 defining statements, basically the first defining statement. These are statements that the wonders gave us and shared with us in a way as I want to call them principles of life. But if you want to understand and uncover the real deal, you may want to go to their website and read for yourself. But this is what I've uncovered so far. These defining statements, each of them, to me, they represent like an endless source of energy, because each time I go back to them, there's something else that I find in each of them. And for the first time, when I discovered this first defining statement, existence is but an extension of yourself, I couldn't understand it, honestly. It was just, okay, this is so basic. What's all this about? So one of the first understanding, when I eventually allowed myself to absorb that energy, was this, that life is an extension not of your physicality, because at first this is how I interpreted that. At first I thought, okay, life represents my family, my car, my job, my business, my clients, my mind, my emotions, the place where I live, my friends, and so on. And eventually, at the point, I discovered that existence is but an extension of yourself means so much more. And I'm convinced that if I come back with the same statement a year from now, there will be something else that I will have to share on this subject. So here is my aha moment. Existence is but an extension of yourself means that life is also what I think. Now, I've heard this before, right? And probably you as well. I know Napoleon Hill, one author that comes to mind, your thoughts create your reality. And I thought, great, this is so simplistic. If I think I'm rich, I'm going to be rich. If I think I'm super fantastic, I'm going to be super fantastic. But in essence, yes, you probably are going to be rich if you think and behave as a rich person. However, if you think you're depressed and down and not good enough and not good at this and not good at that, if you continue to judge yourself, that's also an extension of who you are. And the most amazing thing that I think we have as human beings is the fact that we can shift that which we are. And at first this was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Because it seems like there's so much work to do. And I think there is work to do, but if you're interested in personal growth, if you're interested in getting yourself unstuck, you've got to start somewhere. And the simple fact that you're watching this and that you're curious, then you probably are attracted to this energy. And that is super fantastic. I'm glad you're here. So the work begins where we begin to observe that which we are. And by observing our thoughts, those that are, let's say, on plus, where we judge ourselves as good and fantastic and amazing and rich and so on and so forth. But we also want to observe the thoughts and the thinking patterns that are on minus, where we kind of denigrate who we are. We consider ourselves not good enough, not sufficient, and so on and so forth. Because both these are an extension of who we are. And this is a great indicator here if you want to use this as an indicator, because you just have to look at your life And when you look at your life, you, let's say, approach it from a coaching perspective, you know, the famous pie chart, where you look at each area of your life, let's say your finances, your relationships, your health, your friends, and so on. And basically evaluate which part is a 10 and in which part you operate at a 10 at your optimal potential, and which part is kind of lacking. So basically you're manifesting these thoughts of not good enough in those areas. And this was the biggest aha moment for me, and one of the biggest takeaways in the beginning when I started studying the Wonders teachings. The fact that, okay, I'm not just the positive that I put out there, but I'm also those fears and thinking patterns that reduce who I am. And by beginning to observe those, you can begin to change them. That's another big thing. And if you watch other authors that are on self-discovery and personal growth, you'll hear the same message, that for you to shift who you are, you have to look at your not so good parts as well. This was it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it will help you, do the magic trick of expanding your consciousness and your awareness. Big words, but in essence, it's quite fun to do this. There are more videos on this playlist. I hope you enjoy them. Subscribe and come back. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao for now. This is Laura H.